It is a pleasure to be here. Where are we? Friday, aren't we? We're Friday. Got a busy weekend ahead of me, but I wasn't going to let it go by without coming and speaking to you fine people. And we'll just crack a window open here because it's hot and muggy again today, isn't it? It's been a nice one. I've been out doing my usual, and you saw my little moan video earlier about what the hell was going on at LGW or whatever you call it. Yes, it's very interesting indeed. Notification works great. Hi Andy. Hello Blood Nose. Well, that's good you've been notified that I'm here. That's wonderful. At least YouTube's doing their thing and letting you know. Hello Julie Keys, good to see you, and hope you've had a good Friday. I of course am high on caffeine. I got bought this by a customer earlier. We used to call it Costa Crappy or Costa Fortune, but it served a purpose. Hello Harry Harlow, long time no see. Hope you're all right. Cosmic War Toad as well. All right, you lot. Yes, I'm all right. Sad day as the cat's just been put down. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. Losing any pets like part of the family, isn't it? Very, very sad day. So condolences to you. It's awful. Julie Baldwin is in the chat, and she's reported as well that there's been a sudden death of somebody as well. Somebody on the old telly box. Is it Harry Gratian? I think I say his last name correctly. Used to be to do with, is it BBC North East? Died suddenly at the age of 71, and you know, condolences to his family as well. Where are we? Pammy Lewis, hello to you. John Kent's in the chat, hello to you. Jerry Georgopoulos, hello. Rafi, good to see you in the chat. Yes, Harry Gratian, that's the one that you mentioned to me by message. Hi mum, see you in the chat there. Tracy Regan too, you're all here. ITV, okay. I had a quick read up when you told me to see what he'd done. Drizzle, what's going on? Well, I'm sitting here talking to you, and it's not a bad day, not a bad day. Listen, folks, I've got 30 of you watching, and only 12 of you have hit the like button, so if you haven't done so already, can you please hit that like button for me? Get the old algorithm chatting straight away. Let's get those likes up. That's what YouTube likes to see, and I appreciate that. What's going on? I was away on holiday. All is well, thanks. Harry, okay. Did you get back all right, Harry? Was there any problems at the airport, flight delays or anything else like that? Because it's all gone to shit in a bloody handbasket down here. I had today a 2-hour delay on the flight. It was some people coming in from Mexico, and they messaged me last night and said that they were going to be late, and the baggage situation was pretty shit as well. Took an hour and a half. It actually took 1 hour for them to get off the plane, which is well, used to be highly unusual. And then we had a situation where we had a bit of a bad journey home as well, so all in told quite bad. And I've just been told as well by a colleague of mine that there's actually a bomb scare at Gatwick Airport at the moment, out of the North Terminal. I've known that happened before, but not for a long time. And they even had some raving mad lunatic running around there once a couple of years ago, who had to be tasered by the local constabulary. So you do get it every now and again. Hello Christine Ayres, long time no see. Good to see you in the chat. I'm doing all right, just a bit dreary-eyed. I've got I'm off down to Southampton in the morning. I've got to take some people down there and hang around to about 10 o'clock, and then bring them back again, and I'm off to Gatwick tomorrow night. One of my drivers is chuntering and moaning because he's got to pick up tonight at Gatwick at 1:30 in the morning, and it's been delayed till 3 o'clock, and I reckon it will be delayed even further with everything that's going on. Hello Seth78, wave back to you. Hope you're doing all right, and everything's going all right in your world. It's wonderful to see you. I mean, talking of the airport chaos. Here's another one which I saw. Misery continues at airports across UK with passengers stuck in long queues. I mean, you've got Stansted, and they can't fucking spell it right, Heathrow, Manchester, Birmingham, Bristol and Edinburgh. I don't know if you can see all of those pictures there, but that's screen dumps at the various airports, apparently. And I have seen a little bit of that myself, so I know there's a little bit of truth to it. Passengers looking to get abroad are still being plagued with long queues across major airports such as Manchester, Bristol and Birmingham. Check-in queues reportedly stretch back 3 lengths of the airport, and disruption is expected after BA staff decided to strike this summer. I read about that. 700 members of staff are set to walk out during the peak travel period, which runs from mid-July to the beginning of September. To me, that is our peak season. That's where most of the money comes in. Workers, including check-in staff, are yet to decide on an exact date, but holidaymakers have been warned to expect significant disruption. Today, photos across social media show the large queues across major airports in the country. Birmingham airport queues could be seen spiralling out of the terminal to areas outside. One passenger at Birmingham tweeted today, "Congratulations, Birmingham Airport. You now have a queue that folds 3 lengths of the airport. Second time this week, you've failed your service level agreement." And at Heathrow, it's a similar story. Queues could be seen snaking around different parts of Terminal 2. Now, I remember during the main part of the pandemic when we were all in lockdown, Terminal 2 was not very clever. I mean, you could almost leave home when the flight landed. More strikes across Europe are expected this summer when Ryanair cabin crew staff begin a 3-day walkout in Belgium, France, Italy, Portugal and Spain. EasyJet's operations in Spain face a 9-day strike next month, so it's happening all over the place. In relation to the BA strike, GMB national officer said, with grim predictability, holiday makers face massive disruption thanks to the pig-headedness of British Airways. They've tried to offer members crumbs from the table in the form of a 10% one-off bonus payment, but it doesn't cut the mustard. Members need to be reinstated the 10% that was stolen from them last year, with full back pay and the 10% bonus which other colleagues have been paid. Members at Heathrow have suffered untold abuse as they deal with the travel chaos caused by staff shortages and IT failures. So this really is a self-perpetuating misery, really, that they brought on themselves by laying a load of people off pre-pandemic that they simply can't get back. And now we're back to the holiday season. I personally have not seen Gatwick Airport as busy as it is for, well, 4 years, and it's crazy, and they don't have the staff to deal with it anymore. And as for the other airports, at the same time, they've had their pay slashed during BA's callous fire and rehire policy. I wonder if they've been talking to P&O. What did BA think was going to happen? It's not too late to save the summer holidays. Other BA workers have had their pay cuts reversed. Do the same for ground and check-in staff, and this industrial action can be nipped in the bud before it starts. Further disruption is also expected on the railways this Saturday, as ongoing rail strikes promise to halt thousands of services for a third day. So we've got the rail strikes going on as well, haven't we, folks? I mean, this thing with the airlines, right? If you go on strike, it means, hi Sharon Shooter, good to see you. If you go on strike, it means you're going to get a situation where there's going to be abject chaos. I mean, you take Gatwick Airport, for example. I've mentioned it this evening a few times. Every single flight that we've met this week has been met with chaos of some kind, a delay, a baggage problem or other issue. It just hasn't run smoothly. The passengers I brought back today were so pissed off. It was unbelievable, and I can't blame them. So they go on strike. Okay. So then you're going to exacerbate the situation. People are not going to want to go and put up with all of this shit, are they? and then they're not going to go on holiday, and there's not going to be so many customers, therefore not so many staff would be required. And do these people actually think that they might lose their job altogether? Maybe that might be something to think about. I don't really get this whole thing. I think they're off their fucking rocker personally, but there you go. Listen, everybody, this is a daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, live from the cab. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for joining me on this, well, Friday evening. It's still quite hot and muggy, you know. If you haven't done so already, please hit the thumbs up button on the chat. We've got 49 in the chat at the moment, 44 thumbs up, so we're kind of nearly parallel with each other, which will all be cool. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing as well. We try and do one of these shows every day if we can, just to chat, bring you some other news articles as well, and that's wonderful. And if you are a current subscriber, don't take it for granted that you still are. Please make a regular check of that if you can every day. Alan Pape, hello to you, by the way, Alan, is one prime example of this. He found himself unsubscribed and unmembered. They completely booted him off, messed him around, so it's mad. John Harris, I never get any notification from Andy. Again, that's another YouTube furball. Apparently, the more popular you become, the less they tend to notify the subscribers that something's going on. I mean, what I should do is what I was doing, and that was putting scheduled things up so you get some warning from me about what's going on. But I you know, I haven't been able to guarantee the exact time I can come on of late, so I just try and get on when I can. Tan of Family Memories, hello to you. I heard you mentioned by Bill Cannon the other day. You popped on there and he said hello to you as well. Let's have a look through the chat and see who we got and what people are saying. Paul Kelly, what would you do with the House of Lords? I'd abolish it personally, because I don't like the fact that legislation is decided on. It goes to the House of Lords and it gets ticked off and everything, goes back to the House of Commons, and then they say, bollocks to you, we're doing it anyway. What's the point in them? And they get paid £300 a session to go and fall asleep. I've seen the evidence. Cess 78, nice hotel in Donegal. Yeah, I think that's where Harry's been, isn't it? I only watch Andy and a few others, so I never get in trouble. You only get in trouble in Andy's army, blood nose. John Harris, hello to you. Jerry Georgopoulos, are these strikes putting a strain on your business? The rail strikes aren't. I haven't had a problem with them besides a bit of traffic, but the air strikes could. Air strikes. Let's say air staff strikes, so it doesn't sound like something going on somewhere. The railway workers get like 50 grand a year. They only striking because they're used to a higher standard of life than us normal working people. Christine Ayres, I'll tell you what, you make a point there. I took someone the other day to Heathrow, and I just made an off-the-cuff remark about the railway strikes, and he went, pff. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. He said, I work on the railways. He said, I want the strikes to be over and done with. I'm quite happy with what I get. I'm going on holiday to let them get it out of their system. And when I come back, I want it all to be over because I want to go back to work. I don't want to strike. So I wonder how many people out there like that that really feel that way. I mean, it's a bit like the miners' strikes in the 80s, wasn't it? There's probably a number that wanted to carry on working but felt compelled to strike because of what was going on. I wonder if that's what's happening. Robert McNair, restrict movement, keep the masses subdued. I think you might be onto, you know, it just seems all too convenient, all this restriction and faffing about. It's like they're trying to piss everybody off. Honesty and truth, hello to you. The unions are the dregs of society. They used to be for the working man, no more. They're greedy elitists. They are a pain in the arse, aren't they? The drivers have effectively been offered a hefty pay cut. Robert McNair. Christine Ayres, I'm okay, just fed up with this country. Everything is breaking down. The system is broken. Yeah. I mean, I'm reading about the Russians bloody bashing their war drums and everything again. I think, oh, fuck off, please. It's the whole thing with the media. I mean, I saw it. I haven't watched the video, but Belfield put something on earlier, and the title was "Ignore the media. They're just trying to piss you off." And I think that sums it up very nicely. I might have a read of that or a listen to that in a short while. See what he has to say. The poor starving train drivers, £59,000 basic. Please send food parcels to the measure. I suppose they could afford their gas and electricity bills, unlike the rest of us mere mortals, couldn't they? That's crazy. British Airways is a garbage airline. It certainly doesn't deserve the reputation that it once had, that's for sure. Cheryl, you're here. That's the main thing. Don't you worry about that. No apologies necessary. Tommy Moore, hello, good to see you. Andrew Dark. Hi, Andy. My mum loved your comment yesterday about walking to the shop and not going by taxi, but whatever you post, you are the boss. Thanks, Adrian. I appreciate that, and say hello to your mum for me. What else we got here? Okay, I think that's caught up with all the comments. Who we got here? Bloodnose, been a member of the channel for 4 months. I appreciate that. That's your pound a month in Andy's Coke habit tin. Thank you very much for your support. Yes, everybody, there is channel memberships, bottom levels, just £1 a month. And it just, helps keep me in Cola. And I very much appreciate your support and all your subscriptions and comments and everything else too. Let's talk about Sports Day, shall we? Every year, in every school, junior school mainly, in all parts of the country, our little darling children have Sports Day. The egg and spoon race, the relays, the sprints, the hoop races, and everything else you care to think of. And I've been going to sports days with my wife every year for as long as I can remember, supporting our young Jack. And so far, I've skillfully avoided the dad race. And I'll probably have a go one day, because I'm really trying to work on my fitness and getting a bit more with it. Well, it appears that a young lady in Essex has made the news. I had to bring her some attention, really, because this really did make me chuckle. And it was a complete accident, but she's kind of made publicity for herself. I would like to tell you all about a lady called Katie Hannaford from Basildon in Essex. Now, let me show you a picture that's ended up in the press. It appears that there's been a full moon in Essex. There she is there in all her glory. Now, before you think anything sinister's going on, it isn't. What actually happened, she's a single mum, and she was in the parent race, the mum race at Sports Day. She's gone running along, tripped over. She's come to a rest in an ungraceful heap on the floor, and her lovely blue dress she was wearing continued in the direction of travel that she was going when the rest of her did not, therefore effectively mooning everybody in Sports Day. There is a full moon in Basildon in Essex. A single mum who mooned a Sports Day says she's loving every minute of her newfound fame after receiving compliments from men all over the world, bless her. Katie Hannaford from Basildon in Essex was running in a parents' race at her 8-year-old school when she tripped and flashed her underwear at everybody this week. The incident was caught on camera and shared all over the internet. Why spoil the fun, huh? The Gabby Cabby will join in and increase your fame as well. The shoe is on the other foot, so to speak, because people are falling for Katie. The 36-year-old says she's been recognised in her local Tesco and received thousands of positive messages, with some sent from as far away as Australia. She's had 500 messages from men labelling her a MILF. Not very tasteful, but each to their own. While others have asked, how the hell is she single? Katie, who runs a home decor business called Home of Hearts, there you go, Katie, little shout out there, said it's gone crazy. I didn't expect this in the slightest. I can't put into words how I feel, but I've been loving every minute. I've not stopped laughing since. I must admit, Katie, I did chuckle when I saw your bear. Yes. I thought something was on my face, the way people stared at me when I was in Tesco yesterday. I had to give myself a reality check and remember why. Katie says the reactions have been mostly positive, with people hailing her an amazing mum for being such a good sport. Her viral trip has even led to a new catchphrase emerging. Katie said the best comment I've seen is one that says, don't be a Karen, be a Katie. Oh, I much prefer a Katie than a Karen. I can't take credit, but it's my favourite, she says. She added, I've had thousands of messages, at least 500 of them have been from men from Greece, Puerto Rico, Germany and Australia saying, how the hell are you single? My eldest daughter even had a message from someone on Vinted when they recognised her profile after seeing a pair of shoes she was selling. My youngest went into school the next day, and before she even had a chance to explain what happened, everyone was already telling her mum is very famous. I've also had some very moving messages. One came from someone who told me they're in a really dark place, and the video had made them smile for the first time in 6 months. Katie said she's also had messages from trolls. Well, Katie, you know, you will get messages from trolls. What you have to do is ignore them, or you can have fun with them and wind them up, because no matter what you do, they will continue to pretend to hate your guts, even though they think completely the opposite. It's wonderful sport, really, but you don't deserve that any more than anyone else does. Trolls, fuck off. Leave her alone. The self-proclaimed clumsy mum said to the haters, there's nothing you can say or do that will hurt or upset me. I didn't go out of my way to be funny or try to get fame. These things just happened when you don't expect them. The whole world's seen my bum now. But what it is, I can't hide from it. I don't care. It's not embarrassing, it's funny. I don't care for drama or conflict. I just want to have fun. I haven't stopped laughing for days. When I went to Swimming World this week, I was told I'd lost 4 pounds, and I think it's just from all the laughing. The message I want to give people is just have fun, be positive, have a laugh. Haters can carry on hating. Don't be a Karen, be a Katie. Yes, let's be a Katie, shall we? I think that's wonderful. She's taken it in good stead and had a lot of fun with it, and that is actually, that does appeal to my sense of humour, really, and I wish her all the best. I mean, I get taken aback myself, you know, probably a handful of times now, 5 or 6 times. I walk into places and go, "Has Andy the Gabby Cabby?" You know, if you end up in a public domain kind of environment, it just happens. There's oh, here we go. There she is. Over she goes. Hey, so I could get the video to play. So that is what all the fuss was about. And bless her 5 minutes of fame. Absolutely brilliant. Listen, everybody, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Welcome, everybody. If you've just joined us, we're just having a bit of a chat. And yes, all great. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on this chat. Let's get that algorithm talking about the Gabby Cabby again. We've been away for a little while. We're back now. We have to get going. We have to get those numbers up. We got 73 thumbs up and 72 in the chat. If you were 73 in the chat actually. So if you know anybody that could be watching, a sister, a brother, a mother, or a father, get them on here and get them joining in the fun. If you haven't done so already as well, please make sure you subscribe to Andy the Gabby Cabby. Let's get those numbers up as well. And everything is good. Don't forget also we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Getter, and a couple of other places too where you can find us on our social media. Hello, number one fan, good to see you, and hope you are well also. Thank you very much for the compliment, that's wonderful. And yeah, brilliant. You know, I love this community. It's great. We're all here, we all chat, we all make friends, we can all have a laugh, we can all be serious at the same time. It's really a wonderful thing. Now let's have another quick look, shall we? And see what we got. Yeah, Grey Pride says 78. All I've done all afternoon is increase prices. Your £5 a day will soon be gone on one meal. Oh Christ, yeah. I mean, this fuel stuff's having a knock-on effect on everybody, isn't it? Robert McNair, inflation ain't that high, man, as I can live off £5 a day for food. It's only petrol that's really expensive. People need to rewild, and if we all lived in tents, end of government. The Dreghorn Mafia, Scotland is better. I used to live in Carlisle, only 2 miles from Gretna. It's not looking good for the elderly and sick in the future, I suspect. Yeah, it's not good, is it? I mean, especially when you end up in a position where you don't have a regular source of money, or your income's gone down or whatever. It's absolutely mad. When are you running for the London Marathon? Would that be that Katie? Real inflation amount. What else we got? Hello, Bridget. Good to see you. Popping in the chat there. Wonderful to see you turn up. Who else we got? Talking the blue mooning. I remember Elvis sang Blue Moon of Kentucky. Yeah, I love that song. What was it? Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon, keep it shining bright. Blue moon, keep on shining bright. I can't remember the rest of the words. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on, the world is gone and left you blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on, the world has gone and left you blue. That's all I'm going to do to destroy an Elvis song. There you go. I'm tone deaf, actually, so my mother tells me, and I think I just proved it. Sharon Shooter, please no, Andy. Yeah, not good long term. It needs must when the devil bites. You can do it, Andy. I'll tell you what, Bill Cannon, police off the cuff, when he does his lives from his back garden, he always breaks into song. You know, he gets a line from a song somewhere, and he just comes out with it. Some New York related stuff and other things as well. Don't quit your day job, Andy. The singing cabbie, exactly. Yeah, my mum can sing a little bit. My dad can sing, but I can't. Figure that one out. So much for genetics, eh? Going back to the problem with the airports, fucking everything up, basically, for want of a better word. I found this story. That was good version of Blue Moon of. Yeah, I'm used to it singing guitar. I'm all right. Yes, honesty and truth. Katie Price went to court. I don't know what happened, though. I know she said to the people outside to suck her something. I think it rhymed with Mick, but I'm not sure of my spelling there. But there you go. But I'll keep an eye on that. I try and evade conversations like that if I can, to be honest with you. But I will certainly look into it and see what happened. Yes, airport cock-ups. See this happy couple here. Let's see there. They look quite quite happy, and it looks like some kind of weddingy type thing, I guess. Something like that going on. She got off again, Andy. Oh, for fuck's sake. She got let off again. Anybody else will be sitting in the cells. Yeah, yeah. It's because of who and why. And yes. Yeah, this couple. Islanders save US couple's dream wedding after luggage gets lost. An American couple took the phrase something borrowed to a whole new level ahead of their dream wedding in Scotland. Amanda and Paul Rysel had flown more than 4,000 miles to the Isle of Skye to tie the knot. The pair flew from Orlando to Philadelphia on a diverted flight, then on to London and up to Inverness. But upon their arrival in the city, they were horrified to discover all of their luggage had gone missing. Yeah, the devastated couple were without outfits to wear on a big day and were considering calling off the entire thing. That must have been devastating. But a photographer, Rosie Woodhouse, wasn't about to let their dream wedding be ruined. She took to social media to reach out to the community there, and people responded in droves. With hours to spare for the wedding, the couple had been offered a selection of 8 wedding dresses, suits and kilts. Amanda was able to source makeup from a chemist and luckily had packed the wedding rings and flowers in her hand luggage. The couple were able to bask not only in the stunning sky scenery, but also among the kindness of strangers on the island. I mean, that's a wonderful story, isn't it? Mum of 2, Amanda, said, I was oblivious to all the work that went on in the background. We woke up to this beautiful thing all orchestrated for us. Because of Rosie's perseverance, we got married. By 10 a.m. on Tuesday, there were 8 dress offers in the middle of the night. People even responded. One woman even dropped off normal clothes if it could help. For Rosie, the unpredictable weather on Skye often leads to slightly skewed plans or compromises. She used to having to adapt at short notice, but a missing wedding dress was a big problem she never encountered before. Nothing like it had ever happened. She added, I was pretty certain we'd been able to make something happen for this couple. I knew Skye would pull through. I think Amanda was humouring me at midnight. She wasn't really expecting anything. At 2 a.m, I told her she'd have a dress. The island wasn't about to let the wedding be called off. By the morning, offers of hair curlers, dresses, suits had flooded in from other residents. For Rosie, who lives in the village of Breckish, the entire experience reflected her love of the Isle of Skye. She said to be able to say, I know my community won't let you down. I know they'll step up to the plate is a wonderful thing. And they actually did. Amanda and Paul still don't have their luggage, but making do with donations that they've received from the islanders. That's wonderful. They've also been making use of supermarkets to top up their wardrobe. Amanda's described the wedding day as imperfectly perfect and posted an open letter of thanks to the entire community. She added it was exactly what we needed without us knowing we needed and wanted it. There will never be enough words for us to express how grateful we are. We're also envious for all of you to have these wonderful people in your community. They were no strings attached. It was just a pure and genuine love for complete strangers. It speaks volumes. This is basic human kindness, isn't it, at play? You know, it's a shame you don't see a lot of this anymore, or at least it's not publicised. You know, when people get in trouble, you know, we like to try and help if we can. And it, you know, when you read things like that, it just does give you some kind of hope for the future that people do have kind hearts. I mean, it divided opinion a little bit, but I remember when I brought you the news about Rafi, where he lives in Bangladesh, a good 70 to 80% of his area is flooded, and he showed me some pretty nasty flood water. It looked dirty and horrible, and people were living in very awful conditions. And he said to me they were actually going around by boat delivering bags of dry food to people. They couldn't have rice or any of their usual dietary requirements, just these bags of dry food. And I said to Rafi, how much food does that contain? Who will it feed and for how long? And he said to me, 6 people for a day this will feed. And I said, right, how much does a bag of that food cost? And he said, $2 a bag. Think about that. $2 can feed 6 people for a day. So do you know what I did? I sent him $50. I put the maths together and whacked it up in my head, and I thought that's gonna feed a lot of people. And you know, the same here. If anybody came to me in this country and needed help, I would help them in exactly the same way. We are all human at the end of the day, and people do need. There's a lady that lives locally to me. I won't name her, but she's a friend of the family, and she sees people all the time, either sleeping rough or families who can't afford the basic necessities and all that sort of thing. She does everything she can to help there, and she's got a heart of gold. There are people out there with hearts of gold that will do anything to help if they can, and genuinely do. And not a lot of people get to know about it. It's kept very quiet, isn't it? Because we need to know in the news things about what Russia's threatening us with now, and what the latest polo I can't fucking say it, and what's going on with the convids. It's all negative shit, isn't it? It's crazy. Right, I'm going to spend the next few minutes just having a look through and see what people have got to say. If you haven't done so already, folks, welcome to the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby from the car. We're starting to lose a bit of the light now. It's getting a bit dark. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Let's try and get that up to a ton before we go. And we're on 91 likes at the moment. So we've got 76 watching. So let's try and get it up to 3 figures if you can. Trevor Fuller. Sorry you're late. That's all right, Trevor. You're here. That's the main thing. You catch the last bit. Gemmo Gerger, is that how you say your name? Don't believe any of it, Andy. Don't believe any of what? Please enlighten me. Hello, Neats. Good to see you. Back from your holiday. Nice here to drop in. My YouTube account was hacked. I had to rejoin Andy's. Yes, I did see your comments about that, Alan. You were well and truly screwed over, but I'm glad you got sorted out and you were back. I mean, that's important. We need to keep those, figures up and about. Hi, Lady Catherine Perry. Good to see you here. Often see you on Police Off the Cuff. Oh, excellent. Catherine Perry. A little bit of cross-pollination going on, I see, between Franny channels. I love Police Off the Cuff, Bill and Phil, and also Duty Run as well. Hi, and respect to all of them. Brian Smith, Energy 2, respect, love and gratitude, humanity under attack, Dad's army, now the land army, we add the real value, abundant growth, we grow the rose. Yeah, definitely. Hello, Alan Reader. 100 likes, Julie Baldwin saying, that's great stuff, everybody. Thank you very much indeed. Tony Whitworth, is the Jabberoonie safe? Mark Dolan's panel debate the other night, very interesting. The UK government have just paid out a second comp claim for death. Many more are incoming. And what did we get to hear about it in the mainstream, Tony? Fuck all. Absolute fuck all. There's Lady Catherine Perry. Good to see you. The nonsense the media peddle, mate. Absolutely. Gemma. Please tell me if I'm saying your name right. I try my best. And I get the pronunciations wrong sometimes, but it's like that video that Belfield put on that he titled "Don't Listen because it pisses them off." Lady Catherine Perry, hello from New Hampshire, and thank you. I'd like to recommend Police Off the Cuff and Duty Run. Yes, I recommend them all the time too. I mean, Bill Cannon, Police Off the Cuff, a retired NYPD sergeant, very, very knowledgeable guy, and all of the stuff that's going on over there at the moment with Second Amendment arguments and this, that, and the other. He gives some very valuable insight. and I find it very interesting to listen to. One handy thing with the YouTube app, I don't know if anyone's ever tried it, but when you're driving along and you've got your phone in your cradle, you can actually get YouTube open, play something and minimize it, just keep it out of the way, and it plays like an audio podcast. So you know you're not being distracted by anything, and you can have your favorite thing playing. It works quite well. What else we got here? The people coming across on the boats to Dover seems to have stopped, Harry Harlow says. Funny enough, I was down there yesterday, and just in the mouth of the harbour at Dover, I saw this ship going back and forward, and it looked far too big to be Border Force. It looked Navy, so I know they were getting involved down there, but I really don't know, apart from that, what they were doing, but it did look interesting to me. Hello, Zena W. Good to see you. I'm glad they recommended you, Andy. That's how I found your show. Lady Catherine Perry says, yeah. I actually saw one of Bill's shows the other day. I mean, the problem is, I wish I could watch more of them live, but it's the time difference. I mean, I'm in southeast England, and I think there's a 5 or 6 hour time difference between here and New York. Not in my favour. So when they come on at 8 o'clock, it's like 1 or 2 in the morning for me. But I heard Bill the other day goes, where's all my guys across the pond? Where's Andy the Gabby Cabby? So the next day, I got on there and gave him a little hello, which he saw, which I was glad of. As I say, I love Bill. I think he's brilliant. And I send best wishes to Bill Cannon as well, because I know he's getting a bit of pain from his hip replacement surgery he had. I hope he makes a recovery. I am concerned, Miss Kim, about the backlash of this decision. Catherine Perry, is that to do with the what happened in the Supreme Court with regard to abortions? I did have a look at that, but that may be a subject for another time. Rwanda, they go, but they will be back here soon. It's all a big scam. The government room with the people smugglers, all government organized. Well, this is the thing. I mean, this bloody ship them off to Rwanda is a joke, isn't it? Because the small number, even if them planes take off, compared with what's come over here over the years, the two just don't equate. They really don't. Scotch eggs only reduced by 4p in Aldi's. Blimey, that isn't going to help much, is it? A bit of JP from the hip. Ooch. My wife is very upset about the Supreme Court decision. Together with the Commonwealth, freedom, free trade, sovereign, constitutional law, common sense. Together we build the real value. Godspeed now. It's getting biblical. It certainly is. My friend has a gold on gold strap. It's worth thousands. You should give the dinghy divers a choice, go and fight near Ukraine, and if you survive, you can come to the UK. That's one way of doing it. Yeah, Kim Alliston, I see you over there on both fairly regularly. Right, folks, I'm going to have to call it a day. Where have we got? Yeah, 8:58, my God. Right, yes, I'm off to Southampton tomorrow. I'm down there early morning. I've got to take some people down there at 5:30. Apparently, there's the boat show down there in the morning. Well, over the course of the weekend, and then I've got to wait for some people to come off the ship at 10 o'clock and try and get out of there with them and come back. And then later on, I'm Gatwicking it again, which I'm not looking forward to. And also my driver's reaction because of this bomb scare at Gatwick, and I hope all that gets sorted out very soon. Wonderful to see everybody, and thank you for all the likes. If I've missed, hi Karen B, good to see you there. If I've missed saying hello to anybody, I apologize. Sometimes the chat moves so fast I don't get to anybody, but hello to those I've missed. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the contributions and the comments, and your love and support as always, and I'll see you next time. Until then, toodaloo.